The other day, 2 new leaks of the amazing digital circus came out. One that will definitely be on the second episode, and the next one is in doubt. We will see episode 2 very soon, as the date is already starting to loom. Let's return to the leak, which will be possible in the new episode. Glitch published a very interesting leak in Community. It shows that Pomni, Ragatha, are barely sitting in their seats, if you can say that, because it feels like they are about to fly off this carousel, on which Caine began to stop the same crazy wheel. And I want to note that Caine did it unwillingly, because it looked boring. I don't know if the wheel broke because it hasn't been turned on for a long time, or if it's Caine's right hand. And although the Pomni from Ragatha somehow hold on, the situation will improve in Kinger if you haven't noticed him. But it seems to me that it will be his turn, because if you look closely, he seems to be putting out his hand and maybe even calling for help. And it can be shown to us that there is also a Zooble in the right corner by its color. Perhaps part of her head remained there, because all the other parts of her body were scattered. But if we look at the text of this post, it says, something's missing. And after a little analysis, I don't know what they're talking about. The carousel appears to be intact, and one can only assume that the other members of the circus are simply out of the picture. I think the leak is about what happens in episode 2, but this next leak is much more interesting. On April 16th, Gooseworks tweeted the soundtrack for episode 2. And I know you want to hear it, so let's hear it. The publication date of this leak will give us an idea of the release date of episode 2. And honestly, I have to say that this soundtrack sounds really cool and mystical, but the biggest question is, where will it be used in episode 2? Probably when they go to the castle? Because some assume that this Melodoia can be in the 3rd episode in the house with ghosts, and with hints of mysticism. If this is indeed the case, it is certain that Haunted Mansion will be a large part of episode 2. But Glitch and Gooseworks will surely create a new tune for each episode, and this will greatly diversify the circus to make it even more interesting for the audience. Therefore, most likely, we will hear more than one melody. Prior to the release of the pilot episode, Gooseworks posted the tune on Twitter on September 29th, 15 days before the pilot episode aired. And since we already know that there will be a second episode soon, we can calculate when it will come out. Because Gooseworks posted the second tune on April 16th, so exactly 15 days later, it will be May 1st. I think that a new series will be released on this day, so it sounds more realistic, because don't forget that the amazing digital circus is getting an early screening in Japan on April 25th to promote the show's pop-up shops. So it makes sense to wait for it on May 1st. I assumed that they wouldn't give us leaks until April 25th, but they made us happy, and they gave us more than one leak. Therefore, although we will not see the release on April 25th, it was still possible to get a chance to see it through the ticket lottery. And I think that those who did not make it, Gooseworks and Glitch will not forget about us and will please with new important leaks. And you shared your theory about the second episode in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Before meeting,